At a time when the world is battling the coronavirus pandemic, with many nations registering zero economic activity, China's exports unexpectedly rose in the month of April for the first time in 2020. Now, the factories in Asia's largest and, of course, the world's second largest economy raced to make up for the lost sales due to the coronavirus shock. But showing signs of trouble ahead, China has also witnessed a double-digit fall in imports. China's overseas shipments in April rose by about 3.5% from a year earlier, marking the first positive growth since December last year. That compared with the 6.6% plunge that was registered in the month of March. And China's trade surplus for the period stood at about $45.34 billion against a surplus for $19.93 billion in the month of March. Now, imports also sank by 14.2% from a year earlier, the biggest contraction that's been reported since January 2016. They'd fallen by about 0.9% last month. Now, some economists have attributed to the rise in exports to factory closures elsewhere, just as China's manufacturing has reopened after the extended shutdowns due to the viral outbreak. But analysts say that China's future trade outlook actually is very bleak, as major economies continue to remain in the grip of the pandemic amidst the rising number of infections and deaths. A collapse in global demand and mounting job losses is likely to quash the demand for Chinese goods across the world for several months to come. Many Chinese factories are already grappling with the slashed or cancelled overseas orders after having reopened, as the global demand has collapsed. They are faced with rising inventory and falling profits, and some have had to let workers go as a part of the cost-cutting efforts. Economists have also slashed their trade forecast for the near term and are extremely wary due to the fresh hostilities that are being witnessed between Beijing and Washington. China's rise in exports will give more fodder to the United States, that has accused China of benefiting at the cost of the spread of the virus pandemic across the world, plunging many global economies deep into recession.